Alright fellas, I'm out in the garage this morning and I just come back from Home Depot and bought some pieces I needed to do the install for my new spray booth here. I need to get this ductwork figured out. I was going to, let me show you over here. I got my bench built where I'm going to put it, and I got it painted this morning. So I'm going to set the unit right on the table here that I built, and then I'm going to run that tube all the way up and through the ceiling there and vent it out in the attic up there. So hope I don't get everybody sick with all this moving around. I bought this little thing here. This piece here just screws on to the end of your, you just screw it right on there, and then this other piece is going to attach to the ceiling up there, and I'll put 4 screws in it to hold it. And then this piece, it has the see the little buttons there on both sides. They just push right in and snap in. I can't do it one-handed, but it snaps right, there it is, snaps right in, and it'll be hanging from the ceiling just like that. So it'll be a nice clean install, and I think that's going to look pretty good. So the bad thing is I've got to crawl up in the attic area. I think I can cut the hole from down here, but I'm going to have to crawl up there and feed that tube through there and figure out what I'm going to do with the tube once I get it up in the attic, whether I'm going to put a filter on it up there or what. And I'm still not sure. That's going to be about a 7-foot span there. And going straight up like that, I don't know if I'm going to need some kind of a booster fan. Now this unit that I bought, it is a dual fan, so I'll test it out and see. But if I have to, I'll have to buy a booster to put in line to help push that straight up 7 feet like that. But anyway, fellas, we'll be back shortly here once I get the install done, and we'll show what I did. Okay, fellas, I'm back, and I've got the vent pipe for the new spray booth installed. Everything is looking good, and this piece here, boy, this, I really like that. That's meant for a dryer. That really came in handy because that piece right there, I just screwed that to the ceiling. I'll show you here in a second. And then this other piece, it screws onto your vent holes and just snaps right in there. So I really like that. And this is a piece that they give you in the kit for the spray booth. That's the piece that sticks outside your window. You open your window, stick that in, and close your window down on top of it. So I won't be using that. I've got the hose up in the attic. I've got it laying close to the soffit where the perforated holes are in the aluminum, and we'll see how that goes. I may have to add a filter up there. I don't know. I don't really know how much paint might be coming out the other end up there. Very little, I would think, but we'll see. All right, let's take a look at how I did on my install here. Okay, here's my bench I made. There's a new spray booth, and that's the hose that comes with the kit, with the spray booth. And I went up straight up the wall. I attached, that gray pipe wasn't long enough to go. I wish it would have been long enough to go all the way up to the ceiling, but it wasn't. So I had to attach it to another piece of dryer hose, put a clamp on it. But let me use the zoom here. That clamp up there, I put that white plastic piece up on the ceiling and used it as a template and barked my holes. And then I tapped in some, drilled 1/4-inch holes and tapped in some plastic anchors and shot my screws. And that plastic piece on the end of the hose, it just snaps in. You can see the 2 buttons right there, just snaps in place. So it worked. Everything worked out fine. I like the install. Now I've turned the fan on and put a piece of paper up to the filter because I was thinking maybe that's about a 6.5, 7-foot stretch there straight up. So I didn't know if that would cut down on the amount of air that it was sucking through the filter or not, and it doesn't seem to bother it. Now, of course, mine is the dual fan unit. Now, there may be a difference if it was a single fan unit. I really don't know, but the airflow seems to be about the same. So I'm a happy camper. That rubber boot there you get with this spray booth. That's a nice big rubber boot. And this piece just, excuse me, slips down in there, put a clamp on it, And that hose, that is a really heavy gauge, stiff hose. And like I said, I really wish that would have been long enough to reach that ceiling, but it turned out okay. I'm satisfied with it. All right, fellas, I just wanted to give a little update on the new spray booth, and I've got it. It is operational, and as soon as I get some good weather, I'm gonna try and do a video spraying in this booth, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, fellas, I'm done.